Kidney Class, Volume 1, Chapter 1. This is In Search of a Live Donor. I'm going to include this as the first chapter, and we're going to call this Physically Ready. And this chapter in the class and the website that is corresponding this video will have a host of downloadable worksheets, documents, and different achievements that we want to make. Basically, what we want to do is we don't want to go to all the trouble to find a compatible live donor that wants to give us a kidney only to find out you've got something going on that precludes you from getting the surgery. I got delisted during my 2-year wait, and it was pretty funky too, because my wife was going to be my donor, and we were all ready to go with the transplant center in Colorado. We kind of fooled around a little bit with them. They were waiting. The doctors were on vacation. Whatever happened, but she was approved to be my donor. And I know, right? And she was ready to go. I got a call from a doctor that said, hey, we're going to take you off the list. You've got something going on. And until we fix it, we got to take you off the list. And my particular thing was an ulcer that had developed in my intestine. And so I had some anemia that went along with that. So they had to give me a colonoscopy, figure out what was going on. Went through that. It was good, no problems, but I was off the list. In the meantime, my wife had developed a health problem that is not life-threatening, but it's not great. And she's off the list. So I had to find another donor, which my wonderful daughter matched. But the dialysis people said, hey, look, you've got other donors. My daughter's a little bitty girl. And they said, we might be able to find you a bigger kidney that has a little bit more flow. So let's do a little bit more checking. And turns out my son-in-law was the next in line, and he's the hero. But suffice to say, I want you guys to go through all the forms in this chapter and look through all the reading material of ways you can be disqualified. I want you to work on, all the basic things, and you'll find it all in the documentation. I'm not going to review it all here, but do we have diabetes? Is it controlled? Is our hypertension, blood pressure, did we get that controlled? Those are the two main things that wipe out kidneys. Diabetes, hypertension. High blood pressure, basically it's slamming that sugar grit that's in your blood and can't get sucked out because of the insulin-resistant diabetes, and it sands down our kidneys, and then they become scarred and they don't work anymore. So let's work on managing that. Let's learn how to manage that. Get one of these Dexcom things and watch it like a hawk and get your sugars down. How much are we exercising? Let's get out there and do some steps. Let's make sure we're healthy and strong, and the dialysis is going to help you become more prepared for the transplant. And what I wish I would have done, I kind of was supposed to skip over the dialysis thing and could just go right into transplant, because I had it all set up. I was not going to do that. Well, I went from 14 to 5 in like 2 days, and my GFR just hit the ground, and that was it. And I went in for emergency surgery, put a PD cath in, and I was on dialysis. But it made me feel better. I mean, it's not like a new kidney, but It gave me some health back. It gave me some strength back. And looking back on that, I wish I would have got on dialysis sooner, because I think that I would have been healthier and stronger earlier. That's going to be between you and your doctor. But review all of the things in this documentation and the list and the checklist and all that kind of stuff. Let's take this time that we can to get ready for our transplant. And I would talk to my nephro. I would say, hey, look, I am serious about this. Could you evaluate me? Because when you're on dialysis, you're going to see your nephro once a month. And I would tell him, look, I want to get a live donor. I'm doing all this work, and I'm going to get a live donor. Can you let me know what I would need to do to be ready for transplant? And, go over it with them. Have them check. They run your labs. They run your books. Get some help from him. And I think you can kind of get an appointment at the transplant center, advocate for yourself, go in there, say, look, I want to get going with my transplant. Have your nephro give you a referral over there, and then ask them, hey, what would it take for me to get a transplant tomorrow? Can we see how I'm doing? And as we go, just make sure that I'm in front of this thing. And another little bit of advice that I'll give you guys, they want to give you a kidney. And they're not looking for ways that they can not give you a kidney. They want to help you. But let them know how serious you are and get in that frame of mind that you are going to do everything that you need to do to overcome this and make the transplant center and the doctors and everybody be happy that they gambled on you. And I had two doctors. One was taking it out of my son, and one was putting it in me, and they were father-son. So son and father, father-son. His son was taking it out of my son, and his dad was putting it in me. And it's a wonderful world. I love it. And I talked to him when I was trying to get, my kidneys, and I did my best pitch. And I'm a pretty good sales guy. But I've talked to both of them. I talked to the son today, and I've talked to the dad before, and I said, thank you for giving me a chance. And I am keeping my word. I told him I would do everything that it takes. And you tell me to stay in the house for 9 months, I'm going to stay in the house for 9 months. I'm going to do whatever you say. I'm walking 5,000 steps. I'm getting stronger. I'm taking my pills. I'm minding my business. I'm doing what I need to do. And they knew that I was going to be a good, successful guy. I'm 62 years old, and they took a chance on me and said, Mark, we're going to pick you. And I swear I am not going to ever let those guys feel like they made the wrong choice, because I told them if they chose me that it would work. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to review these documents when I get them up, but I want you to get yourself ready next month when a live donor calls and says, hey, I'm getting tested. I saw your card. I called the transplant coordinator, and I'm having the kit sent out, blah, blah, blah. It's good. We're getting tested. I want you to be ready. I don't want you to get the live donor and not be ready. So that's chapter one, volume 1, chapter 1. Let's get physically ready for transplant. Next chapter is going to be chapter 1, volume 2, website. So if nobody told you they love you today, I love you.